Attack. What's your adventure? Every week we go on different adventures. Sometimes it's a video game, sometimes it's some music, sometimes it's a movie. This week on Thrack Attack, I went on 2 different places, adventure-wise, Sedona, Arizona, and the Tonto Natural Bridge. And we also had a little soundtrack to that trip in the form of Thank You Next by Ariana Grande, the full-length album. Before we get to that, let's get to some news. 2 new games have released for Nintendo Switch Online. It's not a great service. The 2 new games are Kirby's Adventure and Super Mario Bros. 2, which are good additions to the platform, the service, but it's still just a weird service. Speaking of weird services for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox Live is coming to Nintendo Switch, which means that you can play Minecraft on your Microsoft account on your Nintendo Switch. So you can link your services, and doesn't mean you can play Halo on Nintendo Switch, but it does mean that there's some more integration in other games that are cross-platform. The Mariachi Coco celebration that is in the Disney's California Adventure is now making its way to Epcot in the spring. This is going to be an overhaul of the Mexico Pavilion, using the mariachi thing, and there's going to be an overlay of Coco onto the Rivers of Time, or whatever it's called, the 3 Caballeros. It's changed so much, I forget what it actually is. And I haven't been there since 2009, hoping that'll change soon. Oreo the raccoon, the inspiration for the design of Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, has sadly passed away. He will be missed. And finally, for the musical fans, Wicked is getting its own movie in 2021. That's all we know. Wicked 2021. So we shall see how that goes. Anyways, on to the reviews. On Friday, I went up to the Royal Palms Resort to meet my family who was staying there. My sister was working a conference there, and they got to stay there for really cheap, which is awesome. And that's right by Camelback. So after my sister was done with her conferences, we went up to Camelback Mountain and got to hike up one of the trails up there. There's only 2 trails, and it's dumb. There's only 2 trails that go up. I understand why. It's a very steep hike, and it's a very steep mountain. But add some parking, do something, allow the people to park there. We had to park at least another half mile down the hill on the road and walk all the way up. So by the time you're already up there, you've already hiked a half mile. And then you got to go to the mountain. I want to enjoy my hike. I don't want to walk on the road. I'm not walking around the town. That's why I'm hiking. I'm up on the mountain. So I made it to the first hump right in there. My dad and my sister went a little bit further up. I didn't feel like it. Just wanted to sit and enjoy it. They wanted to go to the top, but I could go back again. It's just so crowded with only 2 trails there. It's a really tough hike, but it's a really rewarding hike. It's got great views of the valley, but South Mountain always has my heart. After that, we drove up to Sedona. We were going to stop at Prescott, but the sunset was not that great. There was no clouds in the sky, so it was just the sun setting. So we decided just to go to Sedona, and by the time we got there, it was dark, and we went to a little pizza place called Pizza Lisa. It's a really cool, clearly a renovated Pizza Hut building, but it's really great. Good pizza. We had the pepperoni, we had the margarita, and we had a little salad, and it was great. My only complaint with it is community tables suck. They're dumb. There's a group over here, there was a group that was there, and they wouldn't move, and the people that were working at the thing wouldn't let them move because their checks were already there. It's a community table. You could sit wherever you want. You don't have to have different checks for different seats. So our order was really weird because we were sharing pizza because it's a pizza place. It was really weird because they had to do some weird thing with the orders and the tickets because we were not sitting together because those people wouldn't move because they wouldn't let them move. Community tables are stupid, especially for those kind of places where you're sharing food. After that, we went to the hotel and just fell asleep. The next morning we woke up. We went to Sedona Bakery, which was a really cool little bakery. Good bagel sandwiches and really good blueberry scone. Except on the website, it said it had Taylor ham or pork roll, as I like to call it, from South Jersey. But I guess they were new ownerships or new owners, so the website's still the same, but they don't have Taylor ham anymore. It's not even on the menu there, but it's on the menu online, which is kind of weird. But it's still good. Bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel, and then a blueberry scone shared with my dad. It was great. And then we went to Teacup Trail. That takes you up to Coffee Pot Rock. Super simple trail. Really great views of the neighborhood and the Red Rocks. It was a little weird, though, because there was some ice on the trail, which is kind of odd from being in Arizona. So it was a little different, a little diverse. Not a very demanding hike. Camelback was the most demanding hike we did. But it was fun. We went in, got to see some good views. Pictures are up on the Instagram, the Twitter, and Facebook. If you want to check it out, please make sure to follow us. Yeah, and then on the way back, we found some cool mountain bluebirds, is what I think they're called. There's a couple of them flying around. They're very blue, very vibrant. It was really cool to see them. No, after that, we went to Sedona. After that, we tried to get into 7 Sacred Pools, not to be mistaken with 10,000 Emerald Pools. But again, there's no parking available, and all the spots are filled, and you had to park way down, and we just didn't feel like walking on the street. Like, we came to Arizona to go to a hike. Let us be able to park on the street right next to the parking lot. If it's full and it's good, then it's obviously a good hike. You obviously want people hiking there. But don't make us walk a half mile down the street just to park. So instead, we went to the Sedona Caves. We found this on All Trails. If you haven't had that out of the app, please get it. It's really great for hiking. We would not have known that this was a hiking trail. There's two or three pull-out spots right off 89A in Sedona, and it says no camping, no fires. Fine. We go half mile down, and there's a cave that overlooks the Oak Creek and the Red Rocks and the neighborhoods, and you can just go into this cave and explore. There's a couple different compartments you could go into. It's awesome. Again, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, pictures are up there. It's really good. Check it out. That's definitely going to be my warm-up hike for the next time I go up there. It's just a cool little spot to see the creek and to see the Red Rocks and just get in the mindset of being in Sedona. After that, we went to Spoke and Wheel, which is right behind Tlapacanek. I don't know how to pronounce that word. If you do, please let me know how to say that word. Anyways, behind there's a hotel, and the Spoke and Wheel's there. Great burgers. I had a really weird burger. It was a cheeseburger with cheddar, jalapenos, sweet potato fries, and caramelized onions. Man, it was real weird. I don't know. It was the Spoke and Wheel burger. It was good, but it was really weird. It was really messy, so make sure you're prepared for that. I also really enjoyed that there was pool there, and there was piano there. It was just really cool, really relaxing spot to go to. After that, we drove down to Tonto Natural Bridge, which is one of my favorite hikes in Arizona. Unfortunately, because of the swollen creek from all the rain that we've been getting, we were not able to pass through into the natural bridge. We got to hike down to the creek on the Anime Trail. But we did not get to hike through the natural bridge, which is really, really unfortunate. That's a really cool hike. I really wanted my parents to do it and see it, but we got stopped. Safety issues. Obviously, we couldn't go through. We couldn't even cross right there, let alone down further. So it was really cool. We got to look out and we got to see some of the viewpoints. It was just a great time, and then we drove back, stopped at Hillside Spot, one of my dad's favorite spots in the valley. Got some nice corn on the cob with some cheese and some paprika, my favorite. And then we went home, and my parents went to the airport, and my sister, we went disc golfing in Papago the next day, and then she had to get on the airplane. So it was a great weekend adventure, and when I got back, I realized that there was a new trailer for Aladdin. And that trailer was more of a sneak peek. It was like less of a trailer and more of just like a promotional video. You know what I mean? Like there were some things like, oh, I really had fun doing this, and we got to do this, and this is really cool because this happened. And then they showed us Will Smith as the genie. I've been saying this from the beginning. As soon as they announced the live-action Aladdin, I said, just make a CGI genie based off the original genie and use Robin Williams' voice and his audio files from the first one and other movies that he's been in, and just add that to the movie. Make Robin Williams be the genie. He is the genie. Don't try to recast it. It just doesn't look good. Doesn't look right. It just looks odd. I know it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be a good movie because Disney makes good movies, regardless if you're a Disney fan or not. But it just looks off-putting. So I'm intrigued to see how they add that to the rest of the movie. I'm going to go see it. I'm not a huge fan of these live-action remakes. And I know this year is going to be the year for the live-action remakes. We got Dumbo, we got Aladdin, we got The Lion King coming up. It's just a lot. Anyways, we also had a little soundtrack to our trip in the form of Thank You Next, the full-length album, not the single, from Ariana Grande. It goes really into detail of the past year of her life, which has been super interesting, and kind of in a weird place. She's not in the best place, and I could definitely tell from this album that she's not in the best place. The music's fine. It's a pop album, but there is some depth to it. There are some deep lyrics and there's some deep meaningful things. It's not a cheesy pop album. It's just a pop album, and I'm not a huge pop fan. There are a few songs that I really enjoyed from it. Needy was good. Imagine was really good, and one of them, I think it was Bloodline. I don't know. They all kind of blur together. That's why I don't like pop music. It just kind of goes together. The first two I know, and the last one, Thank You Next, I know. After that, it's just kind of there. It's kind of an album. It flows together really nicely. It's a well-made album. It's just a normal pop album. Not really much I can say about it. My only complaint is, in my mind, she's still a Nickelodeon star. In my mind, she's still that teen idol, which is great to have that teen idol, and I think she's really with it. I think she's really a good idol to have, but most of the songs on this album are explicit. If you know you're that teen idol, if you know that you're going to have 13, 12 little kids listening to this music and looking up to you as a celebrity, keep it clean. I mean, I know that's not your demographic anymore, but it is. People, my students are in love with Ariana Grande. They listen to her, they reference her all the time. It's really great when I put up Ariana Grande because they can listen to it, they know it. So I would just like something a little more friendly to that audience. I feel like it's steering them away from listening to it. If the parents are good parents, they're going to steer them away from listening to it, and then you're going to lose a lot of that audience. So it's a mixed bag because you want to grow as an artist. You want to put those feelings and those thoughts out there, but you don't want to lose the audience that you started with and who are still idolizing you as a celebrity. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think that Ariana Grande's music is going in the right direction, or do you think that she's just trying to slow it down and tone it back a little bit? Also, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all about see pictures from the Sedona and Tonto Natural Bridge trips. You could also see what I thought about the blog post every Monday. Go to thracattacks.blogspot.com to see the blog form of this, and also on Friday to get you started on your weekend adventures, I will have a podcast form of this with some new tunes that I made up yesterday for news, reviews, trailers, all of that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Please subscribe. Please watch my videos and share with friends, and keep going. on adventures. Thank you.